Once upon a time, there was a group of friends, Mr. James' first ever guest, who decided to give it a try in his newly built small resort. After the group was done with their little tour, they had nothing but praise for his resort.
A stunning location.
Wow, what an outstanding decor and room amenities.
Cool atmosphere.
These are some of the basic characteristics of a good resort. Mr. James couldn't contain his happiness because of what he heard from his first ever guest. However, he was unaware that his happiness was fleeting.
Hey. Wait, what are those on your skin?
I have them too.
Yeah, you're right.
It's so itchy.
It seems rashes. I think we got it from the pool.
The water in the pool is filthy. Maybe the staff did not sanitize the pool properly.
Let's call the owner.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Where's the owner?
What seems to be the problem, sir?
Just call him, we will talk to him.
Sir James, the guests are looking for you.
Why? Is there a problem?
It seems like they have rashes on their skin.
Oh, you have rashes?
Oh no, I think they're complaining about the pool. What should I do?
Good afternoon, sirs. Is there any problem?
What's the matter with your pool? We all got rashes from it.
This is so annoying, it's so itchy and hot on the skin.
I'm very sorry for what happened, sir, but I don't understand. I made sure to clean that pool first.
Yes, in fact, I poured a generous amount of chlorine in there, about 20 ounces, to make sure that all the germs will be killed and ensure the cleanliness of the pool.
What? 20 ounces? For a pool that size? I think you poured too much.
The pool ruins all the good qualities of your resort.
Mr. James is saddened
The pool
by what he
ruins all
heard.
the good qualities of your
I
resort.
thought pouring a generous amount of chlorine is the right thing to do, but because of that my guests get rashes. Should I have just poured a little amount of chlorine instead?
Whoa! Who are you? Where did you come from?
Did you know that swimming in an unsanitized pool can cause you rashes? That's why you need to be extra considerate in sanitizing your pool.
Regarding what you said, I don't know what I did wrong. I did become extra considerate, which is why I poured a generous amount of chlorine in the pool.
You see, that's the biggest misconception about sanitizing your pool. The generous amount of chlorine doesn't equate to a proper amount. That same thing goes for a small amount.
So, how much chlorine is really needed to fill a pool?
That depends on each pool, because each pool has its own characteristics. They vary in shape, size, and depth. A particular method can be applied to determine the exact amount of chlorine to be poured into a specific pool. In this way, you can properly sanitize your pool.
And what method would that be?
That is
the application of triple integrals to proper sanitation of swimming pools. What is integral? It is a function of a given function, and it could express the area under the curve of that given function. By then, the use of triple integrals could be applied to determine volume. In its literal sense, we have to integrate the function 3 times. We will need to integrate the inner integral first, and the result will then serve as the function of the second. The same thing goes for the last integral. Triple integrals method aids us in calculating the volume of any given pool shapes. By doing so, it allows us to compute the exact amount of chlorine needed in sanitizing pools. Given the illustration, X represents the width, Y the length, and Z the height of the pool. The following are the main steps to be followed to properly sanitize a pool using triple integrals. First, determine the amount of the water contained in the pool with the use of the given formula. This formula was modified to make the process of triple integration a lot easier, by making the lower limits of functions x and y just 0 instead of negative values. A constant 4 is added to make up for the half width and length that were previously removed, so that the whole amount of the swimming pool can still be measured. Second, convert the resultant volume into the unit of gallons. And lastly, multiply the resultant volume expressed in gallons by the water to chlorine ratio. By following these steps, one can properly sanitize their swimming pools.
After the presentation of the method of the application of triple integrals to proper sanitation of swimming pools, Mr. James was enlightened. Swimming pools have their own characteristics that make them different from each other, so they also require different amounts of chlorine. A proper amount of chlorine is the only way to sanitize a swimming pool in order not to risk the health of the guest. Not too much, not too little, just the right amount of chlorine. Mr. James compensated his guests by treating them to dinner and promising that what happened to them would never happen again. This specific scenario concludes that calculus has practical applications in our lives. And that is the start of how Mr. James Resort grew from a small one with an unsanitary pool to one of the most sought after resorts in the Philippines, known for its clean pools, the inteGREATS Resort. It has progressed very much with the help of calculus magic.